Alright, House of Waking Spirits. So this is the first video. I guess I'm going to try to go in consecutive order of everything that's in the ebook. Well, so this is the introduction to House of Waking Spirits, so everybody kind of knows and gets a good feeling of what House of Waking Spirits is about. There are three major points to House of Waking Spirits. The first one is that addiction is not a disease. It is a symptom of a larger socio-economic problem and disease. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit later in the next video. And that's going to coordinate with the next chapter, addiction, a symptom, not a disease. The second concept that must be understood with this addiction recovery program is that the war on drugs is a catastrophe. It's a blatant failure. There's nothing good about the war on drugs. It is a money maker for the elite and the evil. It's just a massive problem that does nothing but damage and inflame addiction. That damages the journey towards addiction recovery, and it actually inflames addiction itself. And the third concept behind House of Waking Spirits is that all drugs have a purpose, and that all drugs must be held sacred and respected. And we'll talk about that a little bit later in one of the later videos as well. I kind of want to give you a quick introduction of House of Waking Spirits, give you a quick overview of my past with addiction and drugs, and let you know where we're at and how the program works and how it runs. So I have had my personal past addiction to heroin and cocaine. I got in trouble with the law several times. I ended up getting into drug court, 3rd District Court in Salt Lake City, here with Judge Randall Skanky. He is a good guy. I think a lot of judges get a lot of flack. There's a lot of messed up judges. Trust me, I've heard a lot of bad things about other kids, that have told me some messed up stuff that their judges did in drug court. But Judge Skanky is a good guy. He really cared for his clients, and he did everything he could really for his clients. But the problem is that in his court, okay, first of all, the preconceived notion of what drugs are and how they work and how addiction works and what addiction is destroyed the entire program. I mean, drug court is supposed to be a program of rehabilitation, and it's not. I hate to say it, and I'm sorry if I offend anybody out there, but it's not. They say that they have good recovery rates and that recidivism is extremely low for drug court, and it's not. That's what they'll tell you, and those are the numbers that I think even they kind of believe, but it's not. I see people that have graduated drug court all the time, and they've got track marks up and down their arms. They're back using whatever they were using. Very few people make it through drug court and actually stop using what they were using. Just like every other rehabilitation program out there, man, none of them work. This one works, and I'm going to explain to you why it works in the later videos. I got stuck in drug court, was in there for about 3 years. I ran for it for the first year, got caught. I was forced through a program in the Salt Lake County Mental Jail called CATS. The CATS program, another program that is absolutely does not work. All the counselors, sweet people, but they never had addictions. They don't understand addiction, and it's like you can't help somebody if you've not been in their shoes, if you don't understand what's happening, man. Okay, so House of Waking Spirits. The main idea behind House of Waking Spirits is to step back, to separate yourself from our diseased society, from which addiction is the symptom. And the only way to do that is to break your bonds to the things that cause addiction, that is was a manifestation of our sick society. So all these things that happen to people from you know, when they were first little kids or whatever, you know, all these problems, all these events, everything that led up to their addiction, what we do is we show you how to get in touch with your subconscious mind, go through and find all of these little events and things and ideas and concepts and even the ideas and concepts that have been forced on you through parents and guardians and schools and colleges and, you know, everything. So what you do is you go through and you identify, you interact with your subconscious mind face to face, more or less, and you make it okay. You acknowledge the issue and you let it go, really, is more or less how it works. There are two pathways to doing this. One is through meditation, and it's extremely hard. It can take several years to get to the point to where you can literally interface with your subconscious mind and deal with these issues. The other way is through the use of medicinal herbs and the healing drugs, and there's a chapter on that as well that allow you to kind of pushes you into a psychedelic trance wherein you're able to interface with your subconscious mind and deal with your issues. So that's the introduction to House of Waking Spirits. As I go along in these videos, I'm going to explain more and more in depth meditation fundamentals and how to get to a point where you can literally interface with your mind, with your own subconscious mind. The second thing that I talk about, obviously, is the use of the healing drugs, and I can't stress enough the concept of that all drugs have a purpose. Even the drugs that we have large problems with in the world of addiction, even they have purposes. Even they have a medicinal use in it. And I don't know, I'm thinking about whether or not I want to do a video series on that, because it's such a taboo subject and it's so difficult to understand and shift your paradigm on the idea, on such a drastic, you know, radical idea, but it's the truth. And so yeah, anyway, that's the introduction. We'll see you next time on the next video, Addiction, a Symptom, Not a Disease. Thanks.